start the stream, and I'm going to minimize this down, move this over, maximize this. Oh, that's interesting.
My stupid OBS icon on my taskbar is still white and it don't matter how many times I unpin it, repin it to the taskbar, or restart the computer.
Yeah, there's something wrong with that because I had the same issue, but once I deleted it, restarted the computer, it was good.
Well, it doesn't seem to matter how many times I delete it and restart the computer. It's I'm not doing it in the right order. It's not.
That's kind of odd, actually. All right, so this is up and running. Looks
I
like we
don't
still
have
got
much.
the.
I don't have much in OBS though, so I could just, like you do. So I could just delete it.
Yeah, I mean, sure, if you don't have many, and I've already reinstalled mine once too, and I lost a bunch of stuff, but it's no big deal.
I don't have nothing to lose because all of mine is just like you go in there, make a couple scenes, and all I have to do is re-add my video capture device and things. That only take a second.
Right, and you don't have any plugins installed, so you don't have to worry about reinventing those, so to speak. Right?
No, the only plugin I used before before the current version of OBS, you used to have to download a plugin to get that virtual camera to work.
Really?
Yes, you used to in older versions of OBS. You used to have to download a plugin for the virtual camera, but now they included the virtual camera in the main installation.
Oh, okay.
So you don't have to do that.
Well, that's I definitely would do. I would delete, reboot, reinstall, without a shadow of a doubt. That's exactly what I would be doing. So let me take care of some business over here before I forget about that.
And it may be like like Outlook. If I delete Outlook on my mom's computer, it delete Office 365 and reinstall it. Like when I lose my school email, if it becomes unactivated, I can delete it, reinstall it with the license that we're paying for, and then I won't have to reset up the email. It'll save the email configuration files.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you're going to do what you want to do, but what I would do is I would delete it. I would go into the C drive, program files, program 86, program data, and delete every remnant in there. Make sure it's completely gone. Restart the computer and then reinstall it. Because if you leave any fragments in there, you may leave the wrong fragment and not get anything resolved. That's just me, though. I mean, I'm no expert by no means. But
Well, then again, my mom has this program that her print shop that she uses for the church bulletins, and I uninstalled that thing completely, even used Revo uninstaller to uninstall it completely, make sure there's nothing left behind. Reinstalled that thing like probably half a dozen times. I installed it, the icon would come back on the taskbar.
huh.
Then after a reboot or two, the icon would go away, and I finally just gave up.
Yeah,
And on another one of her programs, on another one of her print artist programs that she uses, it's a really old program that came out like before Windows 10 came out in Windows 7 days. And so now, when you open it, it'll come up with this big long error message, and it'll say like you can either cancel, retry, or ignore.
Right.
And if you hit ignore, it will continue to open. But I still to this day haven't figured out why I get that big long error message. But
Yeah.
I had it installed on my laptop, same version of software, same version of Windows, because I keep our machines updated on the latest, and so we're always on the same version, so I don't have to figure out configuration or setting differences between this version and that version. But on my laptop it opened right up without the error, and on her computer it opened up it still gave the error when you clicked on it, and you had to click ignore to get past it.
Real quick, hey Blackwatch. Hi Tony. I'm gonna run and grab a light bulb and get another light going. I seem to be a little light over here on one side, so I'll be right back. Thought I had it set up. I do have a bulb in mind. Selling records via stream. And he wants my help. That's funny. Okay, I'm back in the room. Oh shoot, I gotta. Oh, doggone it. This may not work the way I want it to. Hang on. I'm gonna cheat. I brought a lamp in here earlier today. That'll work. And specifically positioned it, but I hadn't plugged it in yet. And I'm too tired and too full to try to plug it in. So if this works, oh yeah, that's cool. It gives me plenty of light. Makes me look like a white boy, don't it?
All right, you're going to tell me. You're going to have to get with that. I'd like you to get with me sometime one-on-one, and I know you're not an expert, of course, but kind of walk me through what you know about DaVinci Resolve.
Okay.
I have it installed, but I've never messed with it, and I was kind of looking at my YouTube studio and looked down at my comments, and Sam said I need to get some DaVinci Resolve, and I liked all that and thought it was funny because I have it installed. I just have never done anything with it.
I've got Windows Share from Miller installed, and other than playing around one night online, I've never done anything with it. But yeah, that I can get you going on that. It's pretty easy, really. It really is very easy. Just got to kind of think outside the box sometimes. And I don't know that you're going to want to do the crazy editing stuff that I try to do. So sure, we can get together either one-on-one or we can do a live stream on it together. I don't care. Run both our numbers up.
But yeah, like I was telling you earlier, I found me a 2-pack of these little microphone foam covers, like what they have at church on, like the different colors, but this one's just white.
Right.
For my microphone, so I don't have to. So because I used to have just a little bag I would put over the night to keep the dust from getting out of it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't if I kept that bag on it. I wouldn't, can't adjust. Can't see the controls to adjust them. So I just got me a little.
Alex.
Yes.
I'm not Lisa. My name is Susan. You called the wrong number, and now you're losing.
That's got to be in reference to something. I'll have to figure out what's going on with that. That's funny. That is funny.
Can't wait for Gary to come.
Yeah, I doubt it, but I might. I don't know. If I do, I do. It's worth it. Oh.
You didn't get a notification. I called you. You ran out of them. I don't know if anybody else got one, but you only get so many a day.
Now, BH Ringer sent me an email and pointed something out. I'm debating on whether I want to clean that up on mine or not. I guess someone perceives me as being a woman. I'm not sure about that. Maybe I'm joining the circus as the bearded woman. And the funny thing is, it's somebody that usually is pretty sane, pretty, respectable with his comments. I don't know. I guess people have days. Who knows?
Is that BH?
He emailed me. BH is the only three of us in here is you, Alex, and myself. This odd starting time throws people off.
BH did a little bit of baking today, so take it with a grain of salt.
Sure.
Inside joke.
Yep. So and by not sending the emails out, if no one's watching the stream, then no one's going to know. I guess I could start doing both. Man, that must have been in an email. I saw that. Oop, now what did I just do? Hold on. Okay, that's crazy. Hit the wrong button. Hi, Catherine. And Catherine sent me an email. Actually, she answered my message about 4:40 where she said, "I'm fine. I went to bed," and I messaged her back and I said, "Kind of figured you did. Just want to make sure you're all right." So it's good to see her again, and it's good to know she's all right. So.
Well, with the cat all along.
Probably cat sitting there with his paw on the thing. That would be funny. So we lost a chicken. We think a fox got it. There was a million feathers, very little blood, and no body. Maybe a hawk.
You said there was hawks out there.
We do have a hawk. Yeah, we've got a hawk. I've got pictures of the hawk sitting there spying the chickens. So it's going to happen. I mean, we let him free range. There's always that possibility that a predator's going to get him, and they got it. We had to laugh this morning. Our next door neighbor across the street was out there shooing the chickens across the road or out of the road. I've told her about 3 times you don't need to do that. They're fine. Hi, Catherine.
Wow. And I didn't mean to scare you or anything. It's just I went to bed.
Yeah, we figured that's what had happened. You usually say, "Hey, I'm going to bed," and you like it, you leave. But we're talking and talking. And someone goes, "Is Catherine still here?" And I said, "Yeah, she shows she's still here." And we said, Hey, Catherine, nothing. That's why I sent you the message. So it's all good. It's all good.
Because I never want you to be.
I mean, if we were trying to figure out how to call you on the phone, but 1, we don't have your phone number, and 2, you're in a different country, so we didn't.
Yeah, because I could give you my phone number, yes, and you can. I mean, you could call, but it's so expensive.
Right.
Because you live in the US, yes, and when you call US to US, it's like cheap, even if you phone someone else to another state, yes.
Yeah, I like that one, Alex.
But if you have to call me on my mobile phone in Colombia, I don't want to know the price. I tell you.
Oh, I don't either.
If you get a Google Voice number like I have, I've never called anybody internationally, but from what I've researched, it's really cheap, like maybe like a couple of cents per minute to talk if you have a Google Voice number like I do.
Hey, Alex. Just thought we'd let you know, we punt, you should punt too, okay?
Do what?
We punt, and you should punt too.
Are you talking about the video I posted earlier?
Did you just have a video? Ken, you didn't tell me you did another video.
It slipped my mind. I got a lot going through my head right now, believe me.
I guess. Maybe, actually, Catherine, we sent Tony up on the hill to do smoke signals. We don't know if he saw them.
No.
Oh, well, scrap that idea.
I'm just sending some quick emails out in case no one's catching. In case, since YouTube's notifications are so reliable.
Did you get a notification, Catherine, of this?
No, I just
See, that's crazy.
I just go and look at Kenny's life and when Kenny's life, I hope it.
Yeah, it's crazy. I just
No, well, you got one for your one after midnight, remember? Then you got two more today. That's about Doug only gets three. The fourth one, no go.
I've got one notification the entire day long, and that was at 7:24, which was nearly an hour ago, when Alex uploaded his "We bunt, you bunt, we all bunt" too.
Two.
Maybe it's a YouTube issue.
I think it is. I really do think that it
That's all
is.
you only get three.
I would not know because I have all my notifications for stuff like that turned off.
Maybe that's why we're getting all the extra ones.
Greg says, "Darn it, I wasn't first." No, you were not. I'm getting dings on my phone for some reason. Let me go see why my phone's dinging. That should be BH Ringer, and that should be Greg. And Tony says I'm lagging and frozen. Okay, let's go check that out. There's something going on with YouTube. Let me go find where I set this up at. Make sure I got it set up correctly. Setting stream.
Maybe Tony's computer can.
I seen mine kind of skip last night. It didn't entirely freeze. It kind of went blurp, but it was real instantaneous. It's probably this internet, if you want to know my feelings on it. I think this internet's just overwhelmed and overworked. We're just cold today. We had sunshine.
If you think your internet is overwhelmed and overworked, then my internet is probably 2 or 3 times more overwhelmed and overworked.
I told my brother I'd send him an invitation. Hang on. Oops.
Tony, you should try to reload the page. Maybe this helps.
Oh yeah, I never thought about that.
And if that doesn't help, we can always lower the resolution of the video. Yes.
On his end. All right, I don't think he'll join us, but I sent the invitation out. Let me go back over here. I may have to put the world up and recopy the link in a little bit. Yeah, it just shows. I just checked my phone. It just says that I'm live. So, wait a minute. Nobody's caught the fact I put the wrong date in there yet? Oh, my goodness. What do I pay you guys for?
Oh, we don't get any pay. Oh, yes, it's wrong. I'm sorry, I didn't see.
It's not anymore. It's not. I just changed it. I didn't care. I've done 3 videos today and didn't even think about the date. Terrible. So, hey, Greg, how are you?
A little tired. Uncle got up at 5:15.
Whew.
Slept on the couch most of the day. Well, go back to sleep, Greg. We'll call you when we're leaving.
BH Ringer, good to see your dog.
Yes.
And I did try your settings. It works just fine. I will show that here in a little bit. With the screensaver, it's awesome. Everything else, it sucks because right now I've got Zoom here, a YouTube, Mail, Facebook, and YouTube, OBS over there. If I make that one change you made, everything's the same across the board, which defeats the purpose of having 2 monitors. So, but I liked it with the videos. Like I said, I think I can go in there when I know that I just need the screensaver to be playing and just put it on like that. And she was impressed, by the way. She probably spent 10 minutes looking. I go, "Where'd you buy that at? How'd you get that? What is that?" And, you know, I'm like, I made it. It's just pictures I put on a program and altered them a little bit. But she's like 90 years old.
Wait a minute. You said you made it.
I did make it. The pictures I took, therefore they're my pictures. I own the copyrights.
You didn't say BH and I sent it to you.
No,
Okay.
I didn't give you guys any credit for anything.
Okay.
I threw you under the bus. So
Which bus?
it was a big bus, yes. Now, that poor woman, her husband's 90. He's got Parkinson's. He's got type 1 diabetes. He's got something else. He's got like 3 major diseases, and he's 90 years old.
Isn't the type 1 diabetes the one that you're born with?
No. Type 1 means your body makes no insulin whatsoever, and you have to give yourself insulin with needles.
Yes, but what Alex means is type 1 is usually you get it as a child. Yes.
Yep.
Or during childhood. So it's correct. Yes. Because people that are too fat they usually have type 2 diabetes. Yes.
Yeah, and generally when you get it as an adult, such as me, it's usually type 2. Thank goodness. My body produces insulin. It just doesn't produce enough insulin to do what it's supposed to do, is the way, excuse me, I understand it. So I did check the resolution, and I changed it, and then I refreshed, and it looks worse now than it did before that. So what screws me up is that Zoom is automatic, and then we've got the lag over here to YouTube, so I get confused every now and then. So we probably
Now, I gotta be careful. I gotta be careful when I'm playing a game on YouTube, not to watch the YouTube screen because it's delayed.
Right, there's a delay.
The output for my capture card is completely 100% lag free. There's no latency at all with the direct output from my capture card to my TV. So I gotta make sure.
Well, I'm going to check the lag real quick. So I'm going to go over here to the globe. I just pressed a button to about 4 seconds. That's pretty quick that it changed on my system. Now, the other night, you guys were seeing it, and then 10 seconds later, I was seeing it. So tonight, I saw it within about 4 seconds. I don't have anything hotkeyed. So I'm going to change it back. Somebody tell me when Zoom comes back on the YouTube screen. Okay, so I got it. You still don't see it? Okay, so I seen it within 3 seconds, and it took about 7 seconds for you guys. So it's just flopped what it was the other night. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. And my speeds right now, not that I think that's the problem, is slow as molasses. There we go. Well, peaked out at 280, but now it's dropping like a rock.
Pretty much the only, even if we're all, my mom's doing something on her phone, I'm doing stuff in here, and my dad's doing stuff. Pretty much the only time I really notice any drops in speed or whatever is like if I'm downloading it. If I'm trying to download, like yesterday when I was trying to download the ISO for Ubuntu, so I could do that video. Do that video showing how to do that. That's pretty much the only time I noticed any drops in speed, because the server I'm connecting to, depending on what server I'm trying to connect to, will try to download the file literally as fast as it can. So sometimes when I'm downloading a file, it will go up to like 6.5 or 7 megs a second.
My numbers right now are 250.73 down and 35.65 up. So that's okay. I mean, I can live with it.
I just got 411 and 50.
How much?
If I can live with 50 down and 10 up, you and Greg can live with whatever y'all got.
I think Greg's got at least double what I have.
411
and
50. I think that's really cool, Alex. You know, you call your parents a code name. Put me down and turn up. That's unique.
Black Box, no. Actually, if I speed test on my tablet, if I run speed test on my tablet, it'll be anywhere from 45 to say 55. But if I speed test on my computer, because my computer has a better Wi-Fi card, because it's Wi-Fi 6. My computer has a Wi-Fi 6 card, even though my network is only Wi-Fi 5. Like, if I speed test on my computer, I get pretty much 60 every time.
I'm gonna check my phone just for humor purposes.
And my phone is the same way, but my tablet fluctuates between 45 and 55 most of the time.
237.4 on the phone down, and the up speed's gonna be barely 20, but I don't really need it right now.
Maybe Alex should move into the cabana behind Gary's house. He's got what, 500 down?
I thought he was in the 9s.
Yeah.
Black whites, I don't even have to do that. I mean, I could probably move, like Gary and me were talking about, the other night. I could probably, if I moved literally just a little bit down the road, closer to my church, I could probably get at least double what I'm getting now, because the church is literally right next to one of those fiber boxes. One of those fiber exchange, satellite, whatever they call them, boxes, nodes or whatever. So I could probably.
Yeah, let's go with whatever. Hey, BH. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Because it's stealing from the church?
Steal it from the church. Good advice, Catherine.
No, if I moved down the road, I would have to. If I moved, I would pay for my own. But since I go to the church and I'm a member of the church, of course, I know the Wi-Fi passwords. So if anything ever happens to my internet here, I can go a minute or two down the road and connect there.
So I'm looking for my notes I wrote last week when I called to get the payoff on the house, and I still can't find them, and I'm about to get really frustrated.
Because I know for a fact they're able to get 200 up and 200 down if they wanted to pay for it, but they had to turn it down. Because nobody's up there using it except on Sunday and Wednesday. So it's pointless to pay $200 a month when
for 4 days a week or 4 days a month.
So they turned it down to 60 down and 60 up, which is still really good.
Is that in the technical section of the weekly church newsletter? I didn't read it.
I'm probably the only one in the church that pays attention to that kind of stuff, that even knows what.
Knew that was coming. Can we rename you Sheldon?
That could be Alex while you're sitting there by yourself when everybody leaves at the end of the service now. You're not paying attention.
No, I pay attention. I mean, when I was live streaming the service that day, I literally just pressed go live on my tablet. Didn't pay any more attention to it. Just paid attention to the preacher.
But I did notice every Wednesday and Sunday your parents do a new version on their YouTube channel, Home Alone. Holy crap! We forgot Alex.
All
Don't
right.
talk to he ate all the muffins. He ate them all. He just went, huh.
And if the church's internet don't work, use I can go to my grandma's house, even though that's 30 minutes away, and use internet there. And I can, at least for now, I've got access to mobile hotspot on my phone. So I can use that. So that's like um four different ways for me to connect to the internet if mine ever goes out.
Then Doug's here, it says in the message there, it says, now back to chat.
I made a Walmart run today, get my kids some juice and stuff, and the shelves were bare.
That's what brother was telling me.
Surprise me.
No ground beef, no beef of any kind, no pork, no chicken.
You know why that is? Because all the stuff is on the ships waiting to come in, and it ain't coming in.
But Greg, did they have Mountain Dew? Tell me they had Mountain Dew.
Yeah, I saw Mountain Dew.
Oh, well, we're okay now because it's snowing. Good for another 2 weeks.
I don't drink Mountain Dew.
Well, we'll get it for Rick next time. Don't worry.
I don't usually, but I did the other day when I was at the interview because that's pretty much all they had in the vending machine, except for energy drinks.
Did you have an interview this week, last week?
Last week I did.
Oh, you want to tell us about it?
I was waiting for Gary
Gary who?
Weisenberger. The one that
Well, speak of the devil. Oh no, that's Rick.
Is that a new hamburger chain? Uh-oh, Gary, do we see it here?
Hey, Rick.
Well, except that warns us in the back of the search program to do some upgrades.
Hello. Is that right?
It says, I don't know yet. Got a blank screen. Yeah, there he is. So
Help your mouth do supply, right?
let me refresh this and see if that solves anything. Huh? We'll see. Oh boy.
That's kind of a cool name for a hamburger joint chain. Gary's Weisenburgers. Eat our stuff and you get technically minded.
Surprised he's not here yet. I sent him an email. I sent out a few because not everybody's going to realize I'm streaming so early. I actually got a late start because my brother called and we were talking. He's going to start auctioning, that's a hard word to say, records on Facebook. I guess that's the in thing now with vinyl. The guy that runs the show called him and said he's canceling the April show because 10 people had COVID, including my brother, and 1 person died from it. So he decided he's not going to have his April show, which that's pretty smart. It's pretty sad that 10 people got COVID and 1 died, but it's good that he realizes not to have it again. So
It's probably a very good decision.
yeah, I thought it was too, actually. So when I go over this weekend, I got to set him up with 2 monitors and or a laptop and a monitor, so that he can do the same thing I'm doing. He can preview the item here and watch the action, what's going on as far as the bidding goes over there. I think maybe a mere $1,500 ought to be a pretty good fee for that. I think that's fair.
Plus 10%.
Matthew, he's got records from everywhere, every era, every style, every genre. He's quite good at what he does. He made a little over $6,000 the last record show he made, and then I asked him, was it really worth going in the hospital for nearly 2 weeks for $6,000? And his immediate response was, "Oh, hell no." So at least he realizes that, you know. Yeah, but he's got a pretty good side deal going on with whenever he does his shows, whatever's left over toward the end of the show, this one guy gives him a lump sum for everything that's remaining. So whatever he takes, he always sells, which is good. Sometimes the guy offers him good money. Sometimes the guy doesn't offer him good money. But like he said, he don't have to take nothing home. So that works out for him real well. He's got a 2-story house, and he carried 17 boxes of record down last time prior to not being able to breathe. And he said, "There's no way he could do it now. You just can't carry him down the steps."
I think I missed it. How's he doing?
He's doing good. We did a Facebook Messenger a while ago, and he goes, "I'm going to do a little test." And he took his oxygen off. And I'm going to say within 2 minutes, he was struggling to talk because he was struggling to breathe. And I'm like, "Put your oxygen back on." And he fumbles around with it, and he goes, "Yeah, hold on." And I think it took 3 minutes. He was back in the 90s. So he's got a long way to go. And I think he realizes that.
He has long COVID.
He's got double pneumonia right now. When he went to the emergency room, they diagnosed him as having COVID, still no strain identified, and double pneumonia. Not a doctor. I'm going to guess he probably had double pneumonia and then got COVID due to the weakened stage of his body. He doesn't have COVID any longer, but he still has the pneumonia. I had pneumonia, not double pneumonia, but pneumonia. And it knocked me out for about 3 months. I would not wish that upon my worst enemy, ever. I mean, it is horrible. And I'm a little guy. I mean, I'm 6'4" and weigh 250 right now, average. And it brought me to my knees. So you can imagine someone else that is a little bit littler and maybe not as strong. And I'm not saying I'm strong because I'm not. But it brought me to my knees.
Don't think anybody. Go ahead.
Those being lung issues, it doesn't help, you know.
Yeah, he smoked for a good number of years. He's got scarring on his lungs. That doesn't help. And he said, "Well, I'm glad I stopped when I stopped because that's supposedly will start healing almost instantly. But he still got scarring, so that's not good. But he eats healthy. He's trying to do the right thing. So
I don't think anybody really realizes what role oxygen plays in the body. It's incredible.
no, that's a good point.
Even digestion. Even digestion.
You're saying that. Has anyone seen any of the National Geographic stuff with Will Smith?
I've seen the commercials.
If you get a chance to watch the first episode, watch it to the point where they dive in the water to go listen to the whales talk. Okay? No air tanks. These two people were in the water about 15 minutes. No air tanks. And there was no hanky-panky, cut, dry, whatever. Then people dove. I told Lauren, I said, they're going down there to see whales. And they swim and they swim and they swim. And then the one points and they go like over there and then they go deeper. The people look to be about, I don't know, this big next to the whales. But the sound those things made, man, it was neat. Yes, Catherine.
Yes, they're probably apnea divers because it's a special form of diving.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
you can breathe longer underwater, and you can better carve up your oxygen that you still have within you. Yes.
Many years of training, I imagine. Hi, Chris.
Yes.
Isn't that like the Polynesian divers when they throw stuff off the ships, cruise ships, and they go down. You know, they row out to them, and people on the cruise ship drop things in the water, and they dive down. They go down for like 10 to 15 minutes.
You mean pearl divers?
Yeah, I think it's Polynesian Island.
I see Chris Garrett has joined us.
Polynesian. Hey,
Now, the thing when I think about Polynesian divers, I think of the cliff diving when they got a wide or a very short window to dive into that water. I wouldn't do that either.
How they miss those rocks, man.
I'm telling you, that's why I wouldn't do it, because I would be the one that, here's Ken Stout's debut at cliff diving. It would be boink, 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 splat. Oh, I guess he's not doing that no more, because that's what it would be.
Well,
Ken, what is your profile picture on Zoom? I can't figure it out.
I don't know. I have no clue.
That's a Polynesian cliff diver.
That? Is that the one you're looking at?
Are you showing it on YouTube?
No, I'm showing it on Zoom.
Well, I can't see it.
Are you guys seeing my picture on Zoom?
Open your eyes.
It says traveling.
Yeah.
Open your eyes. Yes, no.
Can you not see it, Alex? Seriously, it says traveling.
Oh, it's probably my fault. Let me do something. Okay, I see it now. He opened his eyes. No, it's not that. I had the setting turned on Zoom to where it hides people that don't have their video turned on.
Well, I had my video on though when you did that. So why? You should have been able to see the picture, and now the video's turned back on.
But if you turn your video, if I have the hide non-video participants setting on, when you turn off your video, it takes your square away. You still want my video on?
That was good, Chris. I like that. That was good.
Say that again.
No, you don't need to say that again. Everybody.
Oh, go ahead, Chris. Say it.
That was good.
Send me an email, Chris. Send me an email.
I wouldn't. Oh,
That's
jeez.
why I don't have the video on.
Hey, not everybody likes to go with their camera on. I understand that. I'm just too dumb to not have figured out how to do it, or I wouldn't have mine on. I would just be a picture, but it just.
It's 30 degrees outside, and I got my own shirt on and a fan blowing on me.
How is your weather, Chris?
I think it's probably about actually 40, but the wind's blowing it a little bit at I don't know. It's supposed to get 30 tonight, I believe.
Chris,
Yep.
thank you for not putting your camera on.
You must have rewound this. You must have went back and seen it.
Oh man, that was.
Hi, Logan.
I had a little bit of a funny moment today. I guess it's funny.
Yeah, I saw the YouTube video. That was hilarious.
When I was at my nana's, and this is not on YouTube. When I was at my nana's, we ordered Papa John's pizza. Because she complained about how when you call them, they got this new automated system that you have to press a number. It doesn't just ring directly to a person. You have to like press number 5 when the automated system comes on to be transferred to the manager or whoever to talk to somebody. And so she hadn't ordered a pizza because she couldn't figure it out. So I ordered it on my tablet, and of course, when I got done, it sent me an email with a receipt, and I ordered a root beer, and of course, when the pizza got here, neither my mom or my nana saw the root beer. So all they saw was the pizza and didn't see the root beer listed on the printed out paper receipt in the pizza box. So I told them the root beer was on my receipt on my tablet because I placed the order and it took and they was like, call them. And well, I called him and the guy answered and said, well, I left the root beer behind the pizza box, sitting on the chair, and then they looked and it was out there.
The thing I've noticed in big city markets, specifically with Papa John's, when you call the number listed, it doesn't take you to a store. It takes you to an answering service, and then they ask you what your address is or where it's going to be delivered. And I'm like, well, I'm going to pick it up. Well, where are you at right now, sir? I'm right outside Papa John's. What am I talking to?
This Papa John's, they used to not have this automated message. It used to just a real person used to just immediately answer, but now they changed it so that even if you call the local number specifically to that Papa John's, it will come up with an automated message and it'll say like press 1 to place an order, press 2 to do this, or press 5 to speak to a manager, and if you press 5 it gets you straight through to someone. And that's when he told me that he had left the root beer there and just they didn't have their eyes open enough to see it before.
I figured you were going to say the receipt didn't show the root beer, but it showed a beer, and your grandma and mom seen it and said a beer, and they were going to say, Alex, what are you doing?
Right now, kid, you'll be laying sleeping on your belly.
Yeah, really. So I sent Gary an email, let him know we're live.
But when I tried to live stream privately earlier on the way over there, once YouTube processed the video, because the signal was so bad between my house and there, it only got like 14 minutes. But I was trying to live stream for 25 minutes.
Yeah, it happens. I mean,
half of that, or 14, or but.
Hey, Gary.
Hello.
Thank you for being here.
See what it would do.
Okay, Alex, take it away. Gary's here.
Yeah, did you bring the
I've been waiting on you, Gary.
You did the job?
You remember yesterday you told me that you'd give me $10 if they emailed me today? Well, guess what?
You did? You got it?
They emailed me today, but I did not get the job. Or I think I did not get the job.
What did they tell you?
See, the problem is, I'll show you. I got it pulled up in my email to show you. This is what they sent me. An automated canned email message. And the reason why I really don't want to believe it right now, and the reason why
No, that's a turn down.
is because it didn't come from. It's because number one, it didn't come directly from the person's email address that called me. Number two, it got emailed on a holiday. So I was going to ask you, do you think this email I got here is legitimate or not, or I should just wait a few more days because it was a holiday weekend, because I didn't. No, they could be working on a holiday hour.
Did you check the URL? If it's legit, that's it.
The URL is do not reply at their
No, but I mean the domain, the domain.
Do not reply as a user ID.
Paycom Online is the website they use to take their applications.
Is it the same? If so, it's probably legit.
But it's
I
not.
said it would be very generic. Barely says they're not looking at you. It only has one line saying they're looking at somebody else. That's it.
Yeah.
But their actual like if I get an email directly from somebody at the business, it's a completely different domain. It's their first name dot last name at acd-inc.com.
I will guarantee you this is 100% accurate.
Yeah.
100% from them.
If you want to spin your wheels, email us if an individual, but
The reason being is they made, and I said this would be generic. You wouldn't know what they said. They're not going to say, "Gee, Tim, we love talking to you," but I mean, read it. It's generic. It doesn't say we hate you. It doesn't say we love you. It said
it's
something.
a bunch of applications, so this is what goes out to them all.
And that way, they didn't turn you down for any reason other than they're looking, still looking.
Didn't you say that before, Alex? They did this before. They put up postings, took them down, applications.
Yeah. Badge ringer.
No, that was Blackwatch.
Blackwatch, definitely they have put up a posting, taken it down and put it up again, because the first correspondence I got from this company directly from somebody's personal inbox was back in May.
But you got your interview, so I mean.
Right. I mean.
You know, that's it, bud. I'm sorry.
I just didn't know which way to take it, simply because it didn't come from a human directly, and it was sent to me on a holiday weekend.
As we said, salary work whenever they were probably gotten ready yesterday.
They could have said we got 5 people, or we got people for the position. So they go for the budget. The budget department says, forget it. We don't have the budget now. End of story.
Or they could have drafted it on Friday, prepared it to go out on Monday, irregardless of what the day is.
If they're using Outlook, you can put a draft and click on the options and tell it when to release it.
Yeah.
We used to do that on our classified system.
Yep.
On the weekends. I set up a canned draft, saved it till send it out at 1 or 2 o'clock, and it would release it, and we would see it come back around.
If somebody was messing with you, Alex, why would they send it through domain with no reply? No links, no nothing. Sorry if you gave it your best.
But I'll say one nasty thing to you: don't stop until you got a job. Until you're sitting there, don't stop looking for next one.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
And when you're sitting there, don't stop. So you're sitting.
Yep.
Budgets are pulled back in an instant, Alex. You could say HR, go for 10 people. Then all of a sudden the money isn't there. That's one possibility.
Hey, Alex, one thing you didn't have that they didn't ask for, but they would have given a plus. Do you speak Spanish?
I don't speak any other languages except for English.
Yeah, but maybe they actually needed somebody for Latin American people.
True. And if,
But you know what's funny? The job posting is still there, even though they said they was almost through with their first round of interviews.
scroll up to the top of that, Alex, please. Okay, it's their site. It's not dated anywhere.
for the actual job posting here, it doesn't say.
Did you look at the source to see who actually wrote it?
You mean like right click right here and
No, on the email you got. Does that look like an HTML email?
no, I didn't. I don't understand what you're saying. I don't know how to do that.
What you should do?
Hey, Alex,
Yes.
it was probably automated, like, whoever said that, it was probably automated, and they'll probably take those jobs down tomorrow, since today was a holiday.
I know beyond a shadow of a doubt the email was automated, but and
Who do you think would have sent it to if it wasn't them? Who wants to mess with you?
nobody. But
Alex, say you got the job, do you think they're going to give you all the information and processing to get to you? You're never going to get all the information you're looking for. Never looking for it. Never. They're not going to tell you everything. No, they just don't. It's, but at least they sent you the email, Alex. At least they let you know.
you know they say people have gotten fired after getting a job rejection because of how they responded to the job rejection when they sent another follow-up email. Should I send another follow-up email?
What would you say? What would you say?
Alex, do what Gary said. Just keep looking. Whatever you put in, just keep putting your resume in.
What did it say? It said that they're going to go a more qualified candidate. Maybe he tells where the heck and they still come back to you Tuesday.
If they send this stuff out and then go to someone and say, "Oh, we're going to bring you in to hiring," their hiring system is so screwed up. But anyway, it is what it is. At least
Hey, I understand it. The way I understand it, or the way I took it, because they put it up, they took it down, and I assume when they took it down, that means they hired somebody.
No, means they stopped looking.
That
they stop looking. That could be the budget got removed from the company. HR
Somebody waiting on the case, you don't know.
You don't know.
Taking it down does not mean they hired somebody.
No, by no
And
means.
leaving it up does not mean they didn't hire somebody.
That's true. And a crazy thought I had, and it's a crazy thought, is it's an automated message. Maybe it's a test. So send them a thank you very much for the interview. I appreciated it. Please, in future consideration, I'd like to be considered. And let it go.
That sounds good. That sounds really good.
Yeah, that's good, Ken. I like that.
Because you never know. It might be a test, Alex. Let's say they interviewed 10 people. Now, and this is just me. This is how oddly I think. Let's say they interview 10 people. And they send out the same generic letter to 10 people. Oh, damn it, I didn't get the job. 2 people respond. Your interview pool went from 10 to 2 in a heartbeat. It might be, this is my weird thinking. It could be a test. You never know.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Partly, I thought, if I had just responded not to their do not reply, but directly to somebody to let them know, that I got
Can't hurt.
their email and what I think and all that. If it is a test, they might reconsider based on the fact that I sent them an email.
I just think weird. I've got
and nobody else did. I responded and nobody else did.
This is recorded, Alex. Exactly verbatim what Ken said. It's a perfect email.
Just do it, yeah. Worst that happens is send an email.
right.
If you had to type a letter, like in the olden days when we were doing this shit, and you had to take it to the post office, put a stamp on it, I wouldn't bother. But email, you'll be done in 5 minutes.
Should I send it now or should I wait till tomorrow?
What's the difference?
Whatever.
Do it whenever you're done.
Just gonna go see in a circle and say copyright Ken Stout live. Give him credit, because that's a good one, Tim, that's very well done.
Thank you.
But yeah, I did think that, Ken, definitely, that, you know, maybe if they see that I send a reply to their rejection, that will definitely make them consider me more for, even for future, positions, because definitely not everybody's going to send a reply to a rejection email.
Think of Nike's advertising slogan, Alex, just do it. Just do it.
I don't know how much I agree, but Alex, the one thing, I mean, if anybody agrees or disagrees, that's fine. But don't stop looking because you think one's calling back.
Oh yeah, by no means.
I mean, if they call you back, hey, but if you do, what are you gonna do tomorrow? Send a letter to them? What else are you gonna do all day?
Not much.
I bet you could send out a resume every 10 minutes. That's 60 resumes tomorrow.
Is this fresh?
Yeah. Oh,
You
that
could
is
get
the
it done by the time that the pizza gets delivered with the next one here.
Okay.
And if you did it since you went to that interview, you would have sent out 500 resumes. Don't stop until they tell you how much you make and where to sit.
How come they made me stand? Can you sit at a job, Gary? I didn't know that.
Hell no.
I stood for 26 years. Wow.
I stood,
Do you
marched,
have one of those? Do you
crawled.
have one of those standing desks that raises up and down where you can stand up the whole time?
No, Alex.
No, I had a wood desk that was a stand-up desk at one time. I had a back problem.
Just send the email, Alex. Just send the email. You know.
And Ken, seriously, that was great. I like that email.
Thank you. So the host got his hand raised. Anybody want to acknowledge it?
Where?
The poor
Thank you, Greg.
The cute guy over in the corner there.
So we'll change the subject per the icon here. Realtor came out today, was here about an hour and a half. Went quite well, I thought. She said we can list the house at 78.5.
Ooh, what the hell happened to her?
Now, that's a little higher than I thought it would be, honestly.
I thought she said higher than that originally.
No. Zillow says it will go higher, but you can't believe Zillow. But that wasn't the good news. The good news out of everything was she has someone that is looking for a house to buy right now and wants to come by and look at it Wednesday or Thursday.
Do they want to live here, or are you doing this?
The lady's moving to this city, yes.
Oh, good.
So we'll see.
That
Pardon?
could be a cash offer too if you sold, you know. If the one sold already, you know.
I don't care if she finances or pays me cash as long as I get paid. I mean, it makes me no difference.
You've given us kind of a tour of your house a couple of different times, showing us around like a camera, and it looks nice. So
she was impressed with. We put a new water heater in, new water lines, the stove, the refrigerator, little stuff. She said the bad thing that's going to ding us, and I understand, is the carpet. The carpet probably needs replaced to get right down to it. But then, like my brother and I talked, if I replace the carpet, yeah, you're going to give me about $85,000 minimum, you know, because I'm going to get my money back for the carpet, or I'm not going to sell it.
Well, I have a question. I don't see your carpet, don't want to, but do you have wood underneath?
Yeah, there's wood floors under it. But who knows the shape that they're in?
Yeah.
I'm going to know why Gary doesn't want to see your carpet.
Yeah, for the most part, the carpet's in good shape. It's got one little spot where I spilled something and it will not come out. And then it's got, you can see the wear pattern where we walk back and forth from room to room. Um, that might clean up. I don't know. I mean, we're gonna give it the old rent from Ace Hardware carpet cleaning attempt and see what happens. It can't hurt anything. Um,
The old college try.
yeah, maybe. And
Hey,
then
I like what,
better news on top of that. It wasn't. I don't think it was 30 minutes after she walked out the door. My sister-in-law called and she said, "Hey, I'm here with the administrator and we need to get some information so we can see if we can get the ball rolling. You get Lorna's license transfer from Illinois to Indiana." And then we took care of all that. And she says, "Yep, everything's good. Application's in the email. Fill it out. She's got her job." So that's good. Um, depending on how Wednesday or Thursday goes, she may call in sick on Friday and we'll go look for an apartment. Although we did start looking for a house because there's about a 99.9999% chance we can't buy immediately, but we've at least got to look into it. And we found one. We found one we liked, except for the color. The color's horrendous yellow. Worst yellow I've ever seen in my life. Why people would paint their house this color, I don't know, but the interior was immaculate. So, and it's relatively close to where she'll be working. We'll see. It was a good day, honestly. Real good day. Except for the dead chicken I found.
so did you sign with her officially?
No, not yet. Lauren and I are going to discuss it. I don't jump on things real quick.
Yeah, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I'm not the world's fastest person sometimes. I don't know that I'm the slowest, but I'm clearly not the fastest. And Lauren and I talked about it for about an hour, hour and a half afterwards. If we decide not to, and 2 years from now the house only sells for $70,000, and we shoot ourselves in the foot and say, well, that was dumb. Or we stay another couple of years and see if the market bounces back. Because I know, everyone knows the housing market goes up, goes down, goes up, and goes down.
Yeah.
And it's worse here in Charleston. We are corn. Even Jan, the realtor, said, "This is cornfield heaven." You are correct. We're in the middle of nowhere, nothing but cornfields. So, it would be nice to get to Indiana. It really would.
That would be my type of town there.
It's okay. I mean, you got a McDonald's, you got a pizza. Well, no longer there's a Pizza Hut. They closed that. There's a KFC, one Walmart that's horrible. 4 gas stations. Yes, count them. 4 gas stations. 3 hotels. It's a college town, so a lot of bars. 2 Mexican restaurants. 2 Vietnamese restaurants. A Taco Bell. A Subway. A Jimmy John's. A Dairy Queen.
Brazier or not?
Oh yeah, it's the full deal. Yeah, it's a Brazier. Let me think. What else? I think that's about
What's the
it.
difference? Dairy Queen Brazier and Dairy Queen, what's the difference? I used to know.
That's a technical question.
Brazier sells hot dogs and hamburgers.
And chicken. And
Yeah, okay.
other things, and the other Dairy Queen's strictly ice cream. I'm leaving something out. Oh, is there a Domino's here? No, there's not a Domino's. There's a pizza place, Little Caesars, AT&T store, Verizon store, one pharmacy, well, CVS and Walgreens, and then there's a family-owned pharmacy. Supposedly on the campus somewhere there is a what's the chicken joint that's closed on Sundays?
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A, yeah, thank you. Supposedly, I'm not going to go on campus and try to find it. So, we will see. We will see. The director, or no, the administrator told Lorna, you have to work your scheduled 8 hours And you can work up to 23 hours a day, but you cannot exceed 23 hours in a day. And Lorna's eyes were going cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. So, not that I would want anybody to work 23 hours, because you're not going to do that for 1 or 2 days, and then you're going to sleep for a week because you're going to be worn out. And it's just not worth it. So we'll see. We'll cross that bridge. My brother told me that he knows a place right now they pay $16.50 an hour to answer the phone. Perfect for me. Live, coming to you, answering phones. Hold on a minute. Yes, thank you for calling. Let me put you on hold.
At lunch, my wife tried to get fast food, and there was 3 places that were closed.
Well, you saying that, my brother told me today that Starbucks in his area, all 4 Starbucks are closed because they can't get employees. I don't know what's going on. Why can't I bring chat up? There we go. Oh, nice. Click on that. Try to put that in that. Oh, I guess it opened over there on the other window. Zoom. There we go. So it's a good day. I thought for a Monday, not a bad day at all. Except for the dead chicken. We did have a dead chicken.
I thought you were talking about dinner.
No. No, we went to feed the chickens, and there was only 2 white chickens. And Lorna goes, "We're missing a chicken." I'm like, "No, we're not." And she said, "There's only 2 white chickens." So I went trudging through the yard, and on my last little bit coming in, I seen all these feathers and a little bit of blood and no body. I'm like, "Yeah, we missed it. We're missing a chicken." So something got it. Probably a hawk. Or the fox is back, one or the other. But when you let them free range, that's going to happen. I mean, it's just no way it's not going to happen, you know? Unless you got them in an entirely fenced-in area, top and bottom and sides, it will happen.
That sounds so much like a hawk.
I'm pretty sure it was.
And the fence is like deeper than the ground, because foxes, they can.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
If the earth is not frozen, yes, they can.
They can dig.
They can dig. Yes.
Yep, they can.
They can dig, and they're good diggers because they have. They do it for themselves too.
Yeah, listen what he said, Catherine, a few feathers, the touch of blood, that's like a hawk. Boom. Gone.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a hawk. I mean, and it may have happened, although everything looked to be relatively fresh. It could have happened a couple days ago. I kind of was skeptical on letting them do that, but Lorna wanted to let them free range, so we let them free range. And they would go back in the coop at night, which is really interesting, until yesterday when they all went behind the pallets, and I thought that was dumb, but they're back in the coop tonight. We literally handpicked them up and carried them in the coop and put them in there one by one. So chickens do better than I do sometimes. Tough crowd.
I'm still trying to figure out how the chickens doing better than you. I don't know.
Well, Lorna feeds them like twice the amount of food they need per meal 3 times a day. They get hot water to drink instead of cold water. She goes out there with the brush and brushes their feathers. She makes sure they're warm. I got to beg for a cup of coffee. And then I get it yourself. So, yep. And I walked around the house going, ah, buck, 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 buck. Didn't help. Didn't get me nowhere.
Ham, I got a half an acre, 60,000.
Where at?
Great Mills, Maryland.
Oh.
1.14 acres, 135,000.
Just the land, right? No building?
Just the land.
Yeah. Yeah. We thought we found a really good house. It was like 89 grand. And we went to Google it. It's not the land. It wasn't a house. It was just the land only. So that didn't go well. Give me 1 second here.
Did anybody notice I didn't have to sign in or Zoom tonight?
I did.
I didn't, it just.
I mean, I noticed you didn't have to sign in. So
That's for the
I'll screw
time.
this up, and I'm going to bring this over here, and I'm going to share this across the board to not only Zoom. Well, no, it won't go on Zoom. It'll be on YouTube.
Boy, where'd they get the room in there? 1,600 square feet.
Well, so 109,000, not bad. Estimated payment 545. We pay 527 now, so that's, if this is accurate, that's not bad. And then the god awfulest ugly color. These people must have got a deal on the color yellow because everything's yellow. And then the inside. I'm not sure I like the two-tone wall, but we'll paint. Whatever we do, if we buy, we'll paint. If not, we won't. But washer and dryer right off the bat, so that was a negative. And the yellow carried into the house, it looks like. Little nook
That's
for
not
the.
yellow, that's butterscotch.
It's horrible, is what it is.
Like
Now this closet right here, I'm not kidding you. This closet, I told Norma, I says, well, we can put a couple Mexicans in there and we ain't have to do nothing. If Jeff was here, he'd get the joke.
Yeah, I get the joke.
So, bedroom and master bedroom with the bath. I'm not sure I like the indentation of what used to probably be the closet. That's the only thing I can figure out on that because it's clearly indented. Bath. And then you can tell it's empty and it's been winterized and it's dated last December. Garage leaves many things to be desired, just barely a one-car garage. And then ancient furnace. Nice looking kitchen. Decent refrigerator. We're big on the black. We've got everything in this house is black except for maybe two things. Different angle. Now I didn't notice before. I hope that's dust on the stove. Yeah, I'm gonna go with dust.
I think so.
Yeah. And then the porch, and man, it's just that color.
I'm sorry, they could have wiped it before they made the photo, no?
You would think, yeah, you would think.
Yeah, that would have helped a little.
That would have made sense. So
Better impression when I cleaned the stove.
who knows? And then we looked at one that sits out in the middle of the country. It's about, I think it was 98, but it sits out in the middle of the country. And I'm not sure I want to live out away from the city. This is far enough away from the city here. Living out in the middle of the country, I don't think would go well right now with me. So, but we'll see.
I know I'd never want to. I'd never want to live, out in the country like where Robert lives, where he's got to drive for quite a while to get to like the store or anything like that.
Oh, when I was younger, I would have, but not now.
I was raised out in the country, so I like to get out to the country when I can. City life isn't for me.
And then we looked at.
Miles to town for me.
We kind of looked at this one. I'll show this one over the stream too. So this is just up the street. Yeah, this is not bad. A little bit more money, a little bit higher price.
I guess I should say, as long as the internet, as long as wherever I live has good internet, I really don't care. Where I live.
Got the barn back there, the one-car garage. The address, if you guys want to look it up.
I imagine they're all basements in there too. They got basements.
I didn't look yet. I think the last one I believe was in a crawl space, and I'm not sure on this one. I know my mom's house sits on a slab, so it's hard to say. I didn't notice the Indiana thing until just now. That's kind of cool. We looked at one that I really liked the kitchen, but it was a little pricey. I'm not sure I like the pattern on the carpet, but I do like the wink pillow. I think that's cute.
I remember having a house with a basement. Didn't live there probably about a year.
We looked at one that had both a basement and an upstairs, and Lorna's first thing was, God, look at that TV. Man, that's a theater. That's not a TV. Gee whiz. I wonder if that's real. It looks real. It's got the.
This house was 3 story. Well, it was on the back. It was on the front. It looked like 1 story, but on the back, it had a hill going down. It was 3 story on the back. If that makes sense. I
Yeah.
don't know if that.
Something like that, Chris, they have like walkout basements, you know, the grade of the land.
Yeah, the cool thing about that one, that's literally right around the corner from my mom's house, so that would be all right. We'll see. We'll see.
Then I had a room over the garage.
Yeah.
And I'll be happy with wherever you move to, as long as you can continue your Zoom meetings and your streaming like you do.
Well, if nothing else, I've got the phone. I can always stream from the phone. I won't be able to do Zoom. I kind of run that scenario through my head for this weekend. I was like, okay, who can I call to set up a Zoom session while I'm streaming, and we kind of still have Zoom going? And I thought that can't be done, so that idea is not going to work.
There's always Darren.
I have access. I'll have access to a computer this weekend. If need be, I'll hook it up and go from there. But we'll see. If I miss a day, then the streak ends and we start over again.
You could do what I've done. You know, I've taken my web because I've got to go to those certification exams I did. And sometimes I help people make videos for their assignments. You can do what I did and just take my webcam to college with me and just plug it in.
After desktop up and take it.
I don't have a laptop, but my brother does. I could do that. Plus, he wants to learn how to stream anyway. So.
I just got a new, when I got this desktop, I just got a new laptop bag because I thought I was going to get a laptop. But my desktop is small enough, and that laptop bag is big enough, it expands, it's got like an expandable zipper, that I could probably put my desktop if I really wanted to, in that bag, in that case, and carry it with me.
So I haven't been watching the stream. Is the little thing we worked on last night been showing up across the top in the upper right-hand corner, right above Greg? Or not?
Yes.
Is it? Okay, good. Good.
Yes, but it was blue, and now it's black.
Yeah, we changed it last night. It should be here. I'll just restart it so I can get an idea of what it looks like.
It's not here yet.
No, I just restarted. It should be showing up about right now. Or now. Oh, come on. There it is. It's a little slow. Yeah, we modified it and we got it to there, and then I haven't changed anything. I literally woke up with the phone call and cleaned from that time until she walked in the door at 1:20, and then when she left about 3, we did a couple things and then left to go to dinner. And when I got back in, my brother called and talked to him for a couple minutes. I said, I got to go. I'm 30 minutes late now. And here I am. So.
What do you like most about it, Chris?
I don't know, but it's better than the one I had. I have to send back. It's real fast. I put in these links are meant for Alex.
Yeah, I figured that, but I like looking at them too.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. It's interesting. The more knowledge you can have, the better off you're going to be, I think. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
I watched one briefly last night. There was a young man who can't speak, but he speaks through an iPad and an app, and I didn't quite fully understand it. But somebody asked him, how does he deal with having CP? And he was like, I was born this way. And he went into an in-depth explanation as what happened on his birth, which was interesting. And then he says, I don't look at it like a disability. He goes, I look at it that I just function differently than everybody else does. It was real touching, real interesting to hear how he thinks about this.
I pretty much answer it exactly the same way he does because that's just all I know. That's all I know. I've been in the wheelchair for a full 28 years of my life, and
Right.
I've worn glasses for almost my whole life. I think I got my first wheelchair when I was 2, and got my glasses when I was 2 or something like that, and I've had glasses and wheelchair ever since.
Sure.
That's all I know.
I watched something briefly today about a guy that went blind at, I think he said 10 years of age, and somebody asked him how did he feel about that, and a follow-up question immediately goes, were you mad about it? He goes, oh hell yeah, I was mad. He goes, I was 10 years old and I suddenly couldn't see. He goes, but over time you learn to let that go and embrace everything else. And then he goes, wait, did you hear that? And everybody goes, hear what? And he goes, listen real close. And he was hearing things that they weren't hearing initially. And then when everyone was quiet, they could hear the things. It was really cool, I thought.
His ears are better. His ears are better trained.
Oh, sure. Sure.
Because he cannot, I would rather be like I am, born with CP, than like several people I've watched online, and one person I know in real life that got into an accident and caused it themselves or somebody else caused it. Because that person knows what it's like to be quote unquote normal and be able to walk and all that.
Excuse me. Yeah.
But I've never experienced that.
Welcome back, Gary.
What?
I said welcome back.
Okay.
Hi, Gary.
Hello, Catherine.
I agree with Alex. I mean, from a money standpoint, being disabled from birth is way worse than having an accident, yes. But being able to compare to have a life before and a life after the accident or whatever, yes, that is way harder on the psychologically.
Oh, sure, it has to be.
I would think.
So,
I mean,
because if you never know any different, then you just accept it and you
right,
go on. Yes,
right.
you live with it. You grow up with it. Then you can adapt. I mean, you can go to school, and after school you can think, okay, I'm disabled, so chances are I don't go into construction. Yes, chances are I go into IT or into office work or whatever. Yes, so yes, but when you are I don't know, when you stop school in the US, at what age? 16, 17?
High school?
25?
Oh, you mean stop going to school?
Yes.
My sister's 61 years old and she still goes to school, so I don't think she's ever stopping.
I went till I was 25.
But the normal age, depending on your profession, is 25 years-ish.
So you go to school, and after school you begin an apprenticeship, or you go to studying for the thing you learn. And I don't know, in Switzerland it's like 16.
Here it is 18. It's high school.
Okay, 18. So, because when you're 18 and with 19 you have the accident, yes, and you maybe start working as a whatever,
you went to police academy or you went to work as carpenter or whatever, yes? I mean, and then you have the extra, then you go to hospital, afterwards to rehab, and afterwards you have to learn a whole new profession because you can no longer work in the job that you started off with. Yes, that's hard. I think that is much harder than when you can just grow up with your disability and that. Yes.
Yeah. Hey, before I forget, Catherine, I did download that new version of that plugin you sent me yesterday, the lower thirds.
Okay, good.
So
And is it working now?
I haven't installed it yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. Are you still displaying that stuff?
No.
Catherine, I guess I'm going to have to, uninstall my OBS to get my taskbar icon back, like I was telling Ken, because no matter how many times I restart or try to repin and unpin the icon, it still shows up as a white piece of paper, but only for that particular icon, not for any of my other pinned icons on my taskbar.
You could always borrow Ken's crayon and draw one in on taskbar.
Does Ken want to say something?
No. The way I've got the lighting set up right now, I have to shade the light so I can read the screen. Otherwise, I can't read the screen. So it's a work in progress. I'm just trying to read something on the screen. If I take my hand down, I'm blind, so I have to shade the light away. Nope.
Maybe you need to wear sunglasses.
Would it help if you turn your brightness down on your monitor?
It's not the monitor, it's the lights behind the monitor. Yeah, that knocks the light down a little bit, but I still can't read the text. Looks cool though, huh?
I shared a link. That's where I went to school.
Thanks, Catherine. I like this.
You like it?
So I'll mail you guys all a pair of sunglasses so when we get together, we can all have our sunglasses on.
Cheap sunglasses.
Yeah, they are cheap sunglasses, believe me.
I think that's CG Top.
Yep. When you wake up in the morning, first thing you do when you get out of the bed is get yourself a pair of cheap sunglasses.
You can't wear them without playing I Wear My Sunglasses at Night, Brian Adams in the background.
Or Beach Boys, Blues Brothers.
Brian Adams does it too.
Yeah, well, yeah, the Blues Brothers, they wore their sunglasses. That's a funny movie.
Yes, with the penguin.
Yeah, the Penguin made that movie. Well, the whole movie was good, I thought. I want you and John Candy's up there, and the sheriff, the redneck country band.
I got a joke for you that nobody probably will guess. Who was the richest actor in that movie?
In the Blues Brothers?
Yeah.
Do we get any hints?
On film, the richest person on film in real life.
Oh, in real. So not just that specific movie?
Richest person in real life.
Samuel L. Jackson.
No, Blues Brothers is the first one.
Well, I thought you meant actor, right? General actor.
Anybody that was in there, richest person.
Well, I'm running the. Is it male or female?
Male.
Okay, rules out Aretha Franklin then.
Dan Aykroyd?
No.
No.
True actor or a musician?
Neither.
And was in the movie?
It had a part that they talked about the part all the time.
The woman behind the counter at McDonald's.
No.
Physically though was seen in the movie.
Cook County assessor.
Oh, Frank Oz.
No.
No?
The one that they put up on the counter. The hairy, curly-haired kid.
I'm running the movie through my mind right now. When you said Cook County Assessor,
They picked him up and put him on the counter at the very end of the movie.
man, I'm gonna have to go back and watch the movie now.
Hey, Jeff.
That was Steven Spielberg.
He died.
Spielberg.
Hi, Jeff.
You
Kind of early.
So this is a question for everybody else on Zoom other than Ken, because me and Ken already discussed this earlier. But I just got me a phone cover to put over my microphone.
See what happens when you single out the host.
Is that a donut behind you?
Is that a who? What?
Oh, no, okay. Look like a donut behind you.
I gotta figure out how to get him back now. No, it's a. I put him in the waiting room because he said this is for everybody but me. I wonder if he's still talking. Let's see.
What'd I do this time?
Well, you singled the host out and said I couldn't answer the question. You're gonna learn not to get. Go on. Go on. You're fine.
I got one of those foam covers on my microphone. Do I sound any different? Better, worse, or same, or?
You sound like you sound like Doug Betts.
I thought it sounded like Terry.
Sounds like Catherine, no?
Oh, God.
You've already beat up on the poor guy enough. I won't add anything. No, just hey.
Hey,
I think it sounds the same as it did before, Alex, just like with on my phone. I do not hear any difference whatsoever.
I don't either.
Well, I just got tired of putting that green bag over it that I got, and I don't want to, when I have it over, when I was using that green bag, I couldn't see the controls or anything, so I had to take it off. I didn't want to get anything in the microphone and mess it up or anything. So
Yeah, but Alex, Doug only put that on to cut down the overpopulation of microphones in Fresno.
they it actually came two to a package for like $5, and they were flat. So they came shipped flat. So at first I didn't think it was gonna. First I didn't think it was gonna work, but once I kind of worked the foam out a little bit, kind of made it unflat, it worked just fine.
So the purpose of that is to protect it from collecting dust? Is that what its purpose is?
That's pretty much, and it's supposed to help, like with ambient noise and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of ambient noise, I heard the iPhones no longer have noise cancellation microphones in them. Read that online today.
I have no idea.
That's the 13, and yeah.
The only thing I've noticed that I don't like on my new phone is when I use the earbuds you plug into the phone, you cannot hear anything. It's almost like turning the volume completely off. I don't understand it. But other than that, I do like the phone. I took a picture of a deer the other night with it, and I was just blown away at how detailed the picture was. And I didn't change any of the settings yet. I know you can, but I can't figure out how to do it.
What does your background say, Ken? It's only partial.
Viewer's choice.
Viewer, okay, yeah.
Do you get 5G?
Yes, I do.
yes.
My mom and dad do, but I don't. And in our area, even though I'm in a small town, the last time I checked on my mom's phone, the 5G speeds using the speed test app on her phone are roughly the same as our internet in the house.
You know, Greg might be right, because now that I think about it, when I use the iPhone as a camera for Zoom, you guys always complain that you hear a humming noise or a fan noise or any kind of noise. So it's possible that it no longer is doing what it's supposed to do. I'm going to find out here in just a second.
I believe they're working on 5G in my area because I've seen some cranes around cell towers with people working on them.
I've seen plenty of cell towers driving down the road and driving down the highway and the interstate. That's 5G around my area, or they got 5G stuff on them because for I know what the 5G know what the 5G dishes or satellites or whatever you call them look like. So I know it's got 5G.
What do they look like, Alex? I hadn't really seen.
I have to I can look at a picture real quick and show you, but I don't know how to explain it.
One tower has got it's an old.
Picks your hair up really good though, huh?
It's an old telephone tower. They converted it over to a cell phone tower, and it's got some drum-looking things on it. And I think it's now an AT&T tower.
Those crews are only cleaning up.
Okay, so I switched over obviously to the phone, both microphone and the audio. So if you guys start hearing anything weird, let me know.
I actually made a video of that tower a while back, a couple of years ago. And I can upload that to YouTube.
That's what it looks like right there, Chris.
I just heard something weird, Ken.
How do you know that's 5G?
Because I've seen stuff just like this around my area. Because back when they had 4G, back when it was just 4G and 3G, they didn't have the radios like this on the towers.
What kind of radio is it, AM or FM?
Neither.
I think it's serious.
It's UHL.
I sure wouldn't want to go up there and work on that. So is the audio still about the same?
I can't tell any difference. I would say yes.
Let me make sure I switched it over on the audio. Yeah, this is everything's.
I just read a little blurb online that said the lack of noise cancellation was just for phone calls on the 13th.
Oh, well.
But he didn't say that in so many words, but the implication was it says Apple has yet to address the lack of noise cancellation on iPhone 13 phone calls.
Well, if you buy this phone anyway, it's your own fault. So.
My wife has one.
Well, I mean, I bought an Android, so I guess the Android's my fault too from that viewpoint.
That's what I don't understand. My mom and dad, but mostly my mom, you know, they talk about, you know, how they don't like Google to track them and how they want Google to know as less information about them as possible. And my mom talks about, you know, 5G this and how it's harmful and how she's reading that it's harmful and this and that and the other thing. But yet,
Well, Apple's trying
yet she goes to
Google is, I bet.
But yet she goes to AT&T's website and purchases a $1,200 phone that she knows is, you know, 5G compliant and all that sort of thing. and his Android, so the back-end system is all Google stuff, and then I get to answer her technical support calls like the other day. She says, Alex, I can't get my video call with my doctor to open up. You know why she couldn't get it to open up on her phone? Because she had DuckDuckGo set as her default browser instead of Google Chrome, and when you're using when an app tries to open up your web browser to connect a video call or whatever, it's expecting Google Chrome to open up or Safari or something like that, not DuckDuckGo. So I had to had to figure out what it was and change her default browser app over real quick. So they was waiting on her. She was panicking.
Alex, I thought we settled on 50 up and 10 down. How are you confusing me with all these things?
It does have a good camera on it, though. I've got to admit that, at least what I'm seeing. I don't know what it looks like coming across the stream, but on here,
it looks good, Ken.
let's see what this.
Definitely a lot better than your 170.
You look like you just got in from the beauty parlor. Must be cool. Very good. Very good.
Go. Here's the 170. Right there's the 170. And this is the iPhone. Problem with the iPhone is I don't have the tripod yet, and then once I do, I've got to figure out where to put it.
Does anybody else get notifications on their computer when you open up Google Chrome that says stuff like your PC is infected, scan for viruses or stuff like that, and you know it's fake?
Wouldn't know, never used Google Chrome.
Does anybody else get that?
Alex, you need to scan with
I'm worse than a kid, aren't I? The only thing I don't like not having the tripod yet is when I put it there, I'm too far away. Now I can zoom this, I believe, but it's kind of difficult. Yeah, see, it doesn't zoom. I need to shrink down to about right. And then maybe I can zoom it.
I don't think it's anything on my computer, Rich. It's only Google Chrome giving me notifications when I open Google Chrome, and it specifically says it's Google Chrome notifications.
Is it a Zoom call, Alex?
I turned off all notifications.
But anyway, that's all it is notifications. So I just close them out.
Any site that asks me if I want a notification, I say no.
Been zooming for an hour and 47 minutes already. Barely, not even 10 o'clock yet. This isn't too bad. It looks me look a little pink though, I think. But I've lowered the chair, so I'm out of the light. If I go back up to the lighting, I think it's better. But
Yes, you ought to be pink.
I've been going to the tanning booth. I'm trying to build it up a little bit. I don't want to get way ahead. The problem is, I bet a midget would have problems getting out of this chair. Oh my gosh.
Windows 12.
God. That's just a stupid logo like that line someplace.
Now when I get up here and I've got to unzoom it, which may or may not be possible, I don't know, then
Yeah, I'm waiting for Windows 12 because every other version of Windows is not as good.
I look bald at this angle, but I'm not pink, so I do, look, I ain't got no hair.
Hey, Jeff, they got you should talk in. You should talk.
Well, I could do this though. And before we chopped all my hair off, I mean, we cut 2 feet of my hair off a while back because I was getting frustrated. I could literally take my hair and turn it into Cousin It. Grandkids get a kick out of this. But I could take my hair when it was down past my waist and pull it like this, and then go, and they thought that was hilarious. So
Hey, you got a side gig if you want it, if they ever bring back the Adams family.
yeah, yeah. Well, when I said I wanted to get it cut, I really wanted to get it off the ears, blocked in back, and thinned on top. And this is what I got. Lorna cut it for me, so it's better, but it's not perfect, you know. And the only reason I kept long hair for so long is because Lorna liked it. She really enjoyed me having long hair. But I told her one day, either you cut it or I'll cut it, or I'll go to the barbershop. And I've cut it. I'm going to take the tweezers. I'm going to start right here with the razor, and I'm going to go straight back, straight back, straight back, until all my hair is gone. And it'll grow back. So, ended up with this.
And yours used to be like how Mitch used to be.
Mine was to my waist, literally. It touched my waist in my back. I couldn't comb my own hair, and then what little bit I could try to comb it, I get so mad and frustrated that I just so. And for the most part, Lorna done a good job of keeping it combed for me, but it was time to get a haircut. You know.
Yeah, you gotta get one at least every 5 years.
I believe I went. Let's see. 16 years without a haircut. Now, I would have thought it would have been longer, but it only made it to the top of my waist. Not that that was a goal or anything, because it wasn't, but you would have thought it would have been longer. So I don't know if I like this view or not.
2 feet of hair, that's an awful lot of dead cells.
Yeah, it was horrible. I'm going to go back to this camera for a second. Now, you guys haven't heard any background noise or anything so far coming from the phone?
No, I haven't.
Maybe by rearrange. Oh, you know what? It might have been. Hang on just
There
a
was
second.
something else one night, when you moved the phone closer to it and away from it, we could detect the difference. I don't remember, there was something else that was close to the phone at one point when you were experimenting.
Well, I just wonder if when the furnace came on and it was blowing the air out of the register, if you were hearing that, because it's pretty loud actually. But I'm completely away. So did it sound something like? No, you're not hearing anything. So
No.
and I'm still using the audio from the phone. I'm just actually going to turn off. Now the audio should go away. This will be a good test right here. So did my audio go away? Audio went away. Okay, good. Audio should have went away. Of course, when I mute it, it's going to go away. Yeah, audio should have went away. I turned the phone off, so that's good. That works. What's next on the agenda? Greg?
Can I share my screen?
You sure may.
I'm gonna show you guys something. Oh no, this is not what I wanted.
Well, it's better you realized it before you shared it.
Well, no, so I'm trying to get to my video. You can't do that from here.
So we're at an hour and 53 minutes, it looks like, on the YouTube stream, right at the 2-hour limit I've set for myself. So Tony, thank you for being here. Logan, thank you for being here. Matthew, thank you for being here. Tomorrow night we're back to about 10:30. Lauren's got to work, so I apologize in advance for that. I like this early stuff as well. I think it works out much better for everybody. We get moved if we get moved, or whenever that takes place. I think the early things will be pretty consistent. So thank you so much for being here. Tony, did the lagging go away when you made that switch? Has it gotten any better, or has it still lagged a little bit? Or frozen? And I got to get another set of cameras because when I'm looking at the stream, the camera's right directly 90 degrees here, but this is over here, and I'm looking over there talking to the screen, which is kind of silly, but I don't want to invest a lot, get this thing set up, and then, oh, got to tear it down and move. Okay, cool. Thank you, Tony. Logan, Matthew, I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Have a good evening. Bye for now. See, I wave bye to the screen instead of waving bye
This
to
is
the
going
camera.
to sound really silly, but